Aye, fuck it, keep it going. Aye, so Strava's quite. Let's talk about anything just to kind of loosen me up. No booze this morning, by the way. Just I had quite a lot to drink actually. Quickly, I think I had 4 dragon soups, which equates to about 8 pints, doesn't it? And a fireball. That's a bit ridiculous, but I didn't feel hungover. Even drinking all that chemical shit, and I feel still all right. So look what I could do if I actually sobered myself up. Anyway, you join me at the library. Calvin Harris's church is over there, really quite nice. He did something good for the community. Calvin Harris? Why did he know? Nah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Forget that. You've done enough, right? So, what it was, when you look in the Strava, it tells you about rides that you've done previously, right? And previously, that was a good one as well, was it? No, the Sam Heughan one. I thought I was just try to interact with this shit. Do you want to hear about how I saw Sam Heughan in the doorway? On Outlander. Woo, Davy Keenan feed him freeze. I met loads of folk. There was a guy on it. He was a singer-songwriter, and he was playing me his music. You know, folk kind of knocking on the door. I try to be an Amy Winehouse, the male equivalent of Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse. Dragon Soup. You could call yourself Dragon Dave. Dragon Dave at the library, yeah. There was a guy on that, and he said to me, he goes, that's a good one to show to tell the grandkids or whatever, the fact that he'd got on Outlander just as an extra, and I did that. I was on Outlander for, I think I've already told some of these stories, but I don't give a fuck about that. It's quite fun. I like telling stories. Glance but no stare, you know. I mean, it's like if you were to win like an Olympic, it's just like meeting Jack Oakes yesterday, right? And you go, look at all his World War stories. I'm sure he doesn't know what he'd be thinking about them, but I'm sure he has over the years told it. Some guys probably tell the war stories, some guys didn't want to, you know, but anyway, it was nice to see Jack Oakes yesterday, and I felt that shit, and I think he felt that shit. Gave him shook his hand, called him sir, you know, but not in a kind of tongue-in-cheek way as well, because I just said, oh, he's one of my heroes, you know, but he doesn't need me to tell him that, but I told him it anyway. Okay, so anyway, I haven't told him yet. Oh, you can? No, I wouldn't have done Outlaw King. It wasn't for you. You're training, all that shit. Yeah, but back at Outlander, and the outside scene, Wilmington, Virginia, right? The outside. It was an outside set. You know, basically that whole thing taken down on set, and maybe you shouldn't talk about these stories, but who cares? It's only for wee group of friends. It's not like I'm dishing the dirt, or it's not like I'm just saying it was quite fun. It was I'll die a happy man. I'm dying, leave me be. But I don't want you to die, I want you to live. Listen, I've lived long enough to see you men become proud, free, become the men that you are. Let me be, you know, that kind of thing. Fucking, what's his name? Him, you know, what's his name? It's not Brian Cox, is it? No, the other one. Brian Cox, and then there's, I forget his name. I always have a mental block when I try and think of that guy's name. The other guy, that guy. The guy. It's like, on Outlander, I went into the tiny wee outdoor set, and you've got a tiny wee one of the wee buildings, and they just like first day on the thing, and I just put me in a small thing, and then I was promoted to the big tavern with the prosy with the big titties in my face, and it was a bit of a Benny Hill. I did a bit of a Benny Hill because it was like Ken lip syncing. So it was like I was fully in character, like staring at her tits. It was like Benny Hill. It was like, ooh, look at who's tit. I thought we'll get into character, and she was like saying between takes, she goes, we don't take it too seriously, do we? And I was like, fuck you, I always take this seriously. Full method. Let me see your tits, baby. I need something deep inside. I need something hot to keep me. I wasn't a creep, but then they're staring at someone's bosoms, right? I mean, you signed up for this, darling. You put the fucking dress on and show your cleavage, for the world, so I didn't like me staring at them. I was getting into character, alright? I wasn't doing a Russell Brand, so fuck you. Hope I didn't get me too when I'm famous for that, you know what I mean? Like, but I went into the wee room, all the taverns and buildings, and they just put me into a wee tiny little thing, no cameras in it, it's just like a wee tiny thing. So I was in there, supposed to stand at the doorway, and then Sam and Claire came in, this tiny wee room, and Sam comes in, and I was like, right, fuck it, look at what you got to do, look him in the eye. So he comes in the door, and I looked right in his eye, but he just had his head down because he was concentrating. He was just finishing the scene, he wasn't even cutting, and he came in with the dog and Claire, and then it was just like, they were just talking amongst themselves and couldn't give a fuck. They didn't look in my eyes, so. But fuck you, because I made a video about you, baby, in tribute. So yeah, and you know, so I'm fitter than Sam Heughan. I've got better cardio than him, right? But that's beside the point, right? He's a nice man. He's a lovely man. Some hillbilly's wet dream. So anyway, stuff like that. But anyway, bring it back down to earth with the Strava, right? 2 years ago, it pops up with memories. It's like 2 years ago. Talk about anything, right? 2 years ago, I did a 113 miler, and then I said on it, oh, you can see in the text that I overextended myself. It was a bit too extreme, right? So I stopped at Newton Stewart. Light was fading a wee bit, and I was really tired, been doing too much. A bit like this. I think I'll cut this because there's no need to. I think I've done enough today. That'll do. Lee True, stonemason. True, always believe in your soul. Always believe in your soul. Always, and then he did and then I was tired. I went from Newton Stewart across the roads from there past Clattershaw's back, and it was light was fading. I was really tired. It was lack of calories and really tired. It was like what they call the bonk in the trade when you totally run out of energy. And then I was a bit kind of punch drunk, kind of veering over the road a wee bit, and it was getting dark. The front light didn't illuminate the road properly, so I hit a pothole, whacked into it, and then fell over. I was only going about 10 miles, and really slow, knackered, absolutely exhausted, fell over. Head, I was like, whoa, how the fuck that? I had a helmet on. Head whacked the road, and the helmet was cracked, so if I hadn't had a helmet on, that probably would have knocked me out at least. And then so bloodied head, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm absolutely exhausted, right? And I think the phone had run out of power as well, so I had to keep going. This is what people don't understand. Lights fading, no power on the phone, hit my head, and I wasn't but I was tired as well, exhausted, no food or drink on me, and I keep going. So that ride from there to Castle Douglas was exhausting, and then the light ran out of power, I'm telling you, and then I had to go on the main road with no lighting. I had to like walk it, look behind me for any traffic, and when there was no traffic, I got going. Stuff like that, tested multiple times, yeah, beating the sword that's been through the flame and come out the other side pure gold. Always believing you're going for gold, you're going for gold. Ken Shed 7, stuff like that. And I mean, like, I'm going into the library to upload my Strava ride and maybe put some of my mad clips up so they can go, he's fucking crazy, look at him, he's actually singing. What's that about? What are you singing for? Practicing the voice. What are you practicing the voice for? Because like that's what I've got a voice and I speak and I do things. Is that alright? No, I think they do appreciate the wee, you know, an artist wants to develop, doesn't he? Doesn't just want to put up videos, he wants to actually talk and speak. So that I think I've trailblazed that as well, Strava. Maybe there are other people doing it in Scotland, but they're not doing the same madcap way I do it. So if they don't like that, I don't care, yeah.